Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. This video is also going to be after the Edge event. And I think you saw the last video. I purchased the 5-star Triptychon. You might yell at me for that, but it is what it is. Or not yell at me, like sigh at me or whatever. But you guys saw that I got a bunch of other stuff here from that big bundle. So there's a pretty decent amount of value from the bundle. It's just super expensive. Let's see here. So what I want to do is I want to open up some stuff. What we're hoping to do is chase down Tantrum. Why are we chasing down Tantrum? Let's go into the lab. Right now Dino King's upgrading, no problem. But it's a combo of two things, right? I'm a little low on C.O.M.B.A.T Spark on this account. You can see here there's a lot of guys that are far from level 25. Tantrum is who I need to complete my 5-star Pedacon. Not that 5-star Pedacon will be my primary go-to for, I don't want to say any reason, but he's not going to be my primary. I think Astro Train, there is a 5-star Astro Train. We know Cyclonus is getting reworked. I don't know about Acid Storm, but that's a side conversation. So what I want to do is open up some stuff and chase down Tantrum. I moved the Predacon Dino Gate bundle to the front. And let's first start off with these single C.O.M.B.A.T chips. It should move certain things to the certain things over. Fire Glide. We got some gold. Gold cores. I was gonna say hopefully they're not building cores, but what do I know, right? They were all building cores. Alright, the new school crystals. Yeah, what I didn't know was after I, or not that I didn't know, I forgot. After buying that big Triptychon bundle, 5-star Triptychon bundle, it also added to my loyalty stuff. So I had some loyalty crates to open. And I think, yeah, that's about that. All right, so let's snatch up some goodies. Yeah, here comes the fun part, right? I hear guys from the Darkness family. Sometimes they'll post up how many crystals they're sitting on, and it's just like, what? It's like, I guess they don't find a point in just taking it out of here. But that's on them. The next thing, right? Like you can see that I'm getting the 3 stars, right? I think previously you heard me say that I'm gonna switch to getting 3-star Autobots. What's also a part of this game is trying to collect all the Pokemon, right? Gotta catch them all. Is unlocking all the Transformers. I don't know how many. I'm sure there's a divide, right? There's people who just want a competitive game and want to get their existing guys stronger. I feel like that's valid. Nothing wrong with it. It's a little bit harder. Like when it's like a one-on-one, I completely agree with you. But like these are, and you can't say one-on-one teams, right? That's 8 people in a team. So the other side of that line is the collection aspect. You got to get them all. So since it's harder to get 5 stars, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up. I am going to open up and get some. I'm going to get that last 3-star, that's all. Maybe I shouldn't have even done that, because when I open up the Predacon bundle isn't just 3s and 4s. Yeah, I should have just waited. All right, no problem. It is what it is. So what I'm hoping for is new Autobots that I that I will seldom use. But at least I'll have the Autobots, right? Yeah. Hmm. I kept telling myself, like right at the beginning, this is going to be the account that I just have a strong team. But I have a collector mentality. Uh, what year are we going into with this game? I think it's next month is the 9th year anniversary, I think. I have to look at it. All right, so let's start opening up some Predacons. This is going to be a lot of repeats because, like I said at the beginning of the video, what I want to do is chase down Tantrum. So going to be lots of dupes, and fingers crossed the video is not too long. What I also want to eventually do is make it over to, of course, the 3s and the 4s. And I hate scrolling all the way down to the end of the line of crystals. And I don't know where I stand with cores on this. I don't know if I have how close I am to the 5,000. All right. Okay, that's what I like to see. 4-star dupes, and of course of the guy that I need. Hopefully that's what do you call that? Like a foreshadowing of who I'll get from that bundle. I think he's in. Sorry, not bundle. Batch. He's in Legacy Batch 6. Um, Before I critique Legacy Batch 6, right? Like every 5-star is powerful, right? They're all good because they're better than 4-stars, right? Anybody who watches for the sake of argument will say like, "Hey, you can't tell me a 5-star hook is better than a 4-star Sentius Malice." Arguable, debatable. They both serve different purposes, right? But we know that 5-stars are always going to be better than 4-stars on a 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1 apples to apples comparison. 5-star hook is better than 5-star. 5-star hook is better than 4-star hook. Simple as that. In that comparison, every so based on that analogy, right, saying that every 5-star is better than every 4-star on a 1-to-1, every legacy batch is worth getting at some point. I'm chasing Tantrum right now, but say if I got Astro Train, not the end of the world, and I think Reflector's in there too. I like Reflector over, say, yeah, I have Shockwave, and I'd rather have Reflector than Shockwave. I mentioned Hook so many times, I would like to get Hook at some point. I have Ratchet on my other account, but because I have 4 medics with ability 11, it's just like, why am I giving Ratchet an ability 11? Especially since I don't even use medics that much. Some people have medics like very core to their teams. I am unfortunately not like that. A lot of times when I go into a war, I'll just bring a medic along just so I can, keep keep the medics fairly close to to the same level as other guys. And I can understand certain combinations, right? Like we can talk about the Predacons real quick, right? Like a lot of these guys are warriors. They charge into stuff. So could you imagine you have, Headstrong, Tantrum, Razor Claw, Dive Bomb. Like you have all of them and a medic. Like Headstrong gains health back when he charges in, right? I think Rampage is the same way. I'm surprised we don't see Rampage in here. But like when you think of that, right? Like there's Rampage, by the way. It's like with these guys who gain health back when they charge in, and then on top of that you add a medic into it. It's it's a hell of a strategy, right? Part one, and part two, it's like they're super strong. Gain the health back. Like one of the one of the things about like tanks are they can, like tank a lot of damage, right? But the offset is that hey, their health doesn't come back because they're overpowered. They'll destroy things. They'll survive. Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll get them back to 100, health. Let's see, where do I stand? I just want to keep them pretty close. So 450, 450. All right. Next thing I guess to talk about would be just uh, since we're opening the Predaking bundle, since I've mentioned 4 stars to 5 stars, 5 star Predaking to 4 star Predaking. Um, it's funny that the devs, they'll a lot of times say that the 5 stars shouldn't be the end all be all. And you can kind of compare combiners to it, right? They're a little bit stronger, a little bit healthier, and they have that additional ability. When the two of them say like would fight each other directly, yes, the 5 star wins all the time. But like, oh wait a second, you're never fighting a combiner 1-to-1. You know, you have the base defenses, you have other people, like you have the outpost bots. So that's what kind of changes the whole battle, right? And then on top of that, like when they die, like what's their perk that they're giving the team, in the case of Predaking, it's he gives your remaining, your team the Megatronus, the Megatronus effect, Megatronus Prime Cores effect. So it's like all of a sudden it's like, whoa, that kind of changes things, right? So there's that big deal. Um, and because of that little bit extra health too, he ends up surviving that much longer to say shoot off another uh, meteoric fire attack. I forgot what it's called. One more and we're done. Oh, why did it take that long? Thought that should have been more than enough time. All right, let's snatch up these threes. Yeah, I didn't really need to open up those premium shards. I mean premium crystals, but it's no big deal. And I remember Predaking and Volcanicus, like using them at lower levels was so much fun. They would just burn everything, right? Um, and then all of a sudden, you know, like when you got him to those like higher end levels, he was like a glass cannon, and that wasn't fun. And then they tweaked him, and now he's able to survive um, zone 15s if you're going right for the HQ. Like he is not one for mayhem mode. Yeah, the Ruination and God Neptune. He's still the king of mayhem mode. Um, yeah, even to a point of an elimination mode. Those holograms really do a lot. Um, I know nobody was happy about the way Ruination and God Neptune got nerfed, but what can you really do? It just like the worst part of that is it's like, hey, HQ 19s are right around the corner, so why even do that? It just didn't, make sense. Um, because it feels like you're going to have to tweak them when HQ 19s come out. So what is that? Like zone 18s, I guess? Oh, I was like, oh, I already have Gnaw, right? It's the Autobot Gnaw. Just, yeah, new Autobot unlocked. All right, so we're getting a lot of Autobots here. Brawn. And this was the main reason I wanted to do that, right? I think probably like later on when I don't have that many, it's a different story. Or that many to get, that is, not that was a 3. Open up some, like the little bit of a sad part of this is that um, I'll get G medals for these guys. Meanwhile, I don't need him, you know? Cheetor. I like Black Arachnia. I feel like I'm going to break this recording by hitting the power button. What is that, Alpha Bravo? Yeah. And I was hoping to get a better picture because when I took the first picture, it was him looking away. Second picture was him looking brainstorm, looking forward. I don't see how much of a difference between brainstorm and air radar, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Right? Is that all of them? I guess it's not all of them, but I think Silver Bull's really good. Um, Thundercracker for the Decepticons. Yeah, we'll do that again since he was looking forward for a second. Let's get him looking forward again. There we go, screenshot. Okay, that was the last one. And how far away am I? Okay, I'm not that far away. All right, so let's open up some regulars, right? Um, yeah, regulars. We'll try to keep this video under 25 minutes. What do I need? I need 2 4-star dupes, I believe. 3 just in case. Antagony. What's Antagony? She's the swiper that has two elemental swipes, right? I don't even know if you can like kind of combo them for additional damage. Antagony's another one. Okay, good. We got 1 dupe right there. We're a third of the way there. Antagony's another one that came out pretty weak, and there was I think it was an endurance event for Antagony. I don't think it was just a regular 3.5 million event. And because it was an endurance event, that people just flipped out saying, why are we fighting over each other for such a weak transformer? I don't necessarily disagree with that mentality. I used to, like, we would hear this for any like card game, right? Where it's just like, hey, you know, they made a new deck, but a lot of the cards in the deck are not super strong. It's like, yeah, it's supposed to be a variety of cards, not only super strong cards. I think that's it, right? There we go. Yep. So let's go in here. I think it's Legacy Batch 6. Yep, there we go. So I want Tantrum. I'm probably going to get Reflector. Octane, that's who it was. I thought it was oh my goodness, Astro Train. Either case, I mean, Octane is also a part of Galvatronus, so we could use him. I wouldn't mind Ramjet. Scavenger's pretty good. Everybody in here is pretty good. I don't think, aside for Tantrum, like if you're one of the people that bring a medic into a war, you're fine with Reflector, you know, because he'll send out two healing bots. So there's 3 healers on the floor, kind of, right, in battle. Tantrum, especially with the ability 11, he's war worthy. Octane, I've seen people say, I've seen Octane in a war group. I can't really say that he's war worthy though. Ramjet, especially if you like have a playstyle like mine where like opening up outposts, he's good. That's my playstyle. I like to open up outposts. You know, let me get one more. Get one more. Right. Yeah. Let me get one more. 3-star. Do I have enough for another 4-star? Yes. I'm not gonna open those up. And Scavenger, when the time comes, and they'll do Devastator. Of course, he's good there. Scavenger is also a lot of fun. I have to admit that. Scavenger is fun too. War-worthy fun? I don't think so. Scouts usually run into damage, and that's cool. All right, now that's going to take care of this video, guys. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have any constructive criticism, go ahead and leave it down below. And feel free to subscribe, because I am going to make another video about who I'm going to get. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.